and welcome to a new episode of our videocast Fun with Drives. In episode 5, which is addressed to all the interested persons who are more familiar with the English language, we want to talk about hygienic design motors and gearboxes. We want to talk about the advantages for the customers which comes with hygienic design motors, and we want to look on the features of such a motor. And to get a first glance of it, I have bring with me an example of such a product, and where we can see the different features of the motor. What are the advantages for the customer when using such a kind of motor? In fact, the most important advantage is that you can realize an open design. Therefore, you have a much more degrees of freedom when integrating this kind of product in the machine, because you need no housing around the motor. It can directly cleaned in place, and you can clean it with a high pressure cleaner, and it can get in contact with the food, and therefore it can also be cleaned with aggressive cleaning agents. Therefore, this means this product can directly integrate it in the process zone, where it comes directly in contact to the food, or in the spray zone, where some food is sprayed on the motor, and you can afterward clean it. This features results in a lot of advantages for the constructor of the machine, and therefore you can realize a more compact machine and a more smarter machine. What are the features of this kind of motors? When we take a closer look, on a first glance you see it has a very smooth overface. It's made of stainless steel, so it is corrosion resistant. And one of the most important aspects is that you have a very smart sealing system. In fact, when you look on the interconnections between metal parts, it has a two sealing system here. We use a double sealing system with an inner sealing and an outer sealing, which you can see on the outside, so that no food contamination can come in the interface of the two metal parts. In fact, the sealing system, also in this kind of motor, which is used in a slicer machine, you have the motor and a gearbox in front, the motor in back with the connecting cut, with the connectors. And you see, for example, also in the front, it has a Teflon, a PTFE sealing, which is hygienically designed and which can be cleaned very easily. So you have no dead cavities all over the motor, so no contamination of food can be on the motor. In fact, also a very special feature of these kind of motors is that you usually have cable glands in the back for the connection of the motor. They can go radially from the motor, or you have an actually one cable solution, for example. Therefore, you can have two cables. There also exist solutions with a one cable solution, where you need then a digital encoder system to steer the motor. Therefore, these are more or less the most important features of the motor: the smooth overface, the special interconnection of the metal parts, cable glands. And with these features, the customer of a slicer machine, which use a slicing machine and so on, can gain the advantage that they can realize an open design. These are the key important facts about these kind of motors. So I hope you get a short overview of hygienic design motors and gearboxes, and we look forward to seeing you again in the next episode of Fun with Drives. Thank you very much for listening, and looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye.